What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me on D's Analysis. We're going to be looking at MSTR today, Microstrategy, as well as Bitcoin. And we're going to talk about a little bit of speculation with MSTX and where things could be depending on certain price targets. So first, we're just going to break down Bitcoin's price action. And we're actually going to break it down on a little bit of a smaller time frame. When you look here, we have this mini bull flag within a larger bull flag. And then we have that bull flag inside of a very large one. But just focusing on the smaller one right now, it looks like we got a breakout of this bull flag here. And that measured move would take you to around 110 or so. It looks like it could have been a fake out. We'll see. I mean, we broke past this last wick up here. And last time I did say if we got a 4-hour close above this white line, that would increase the likelihood of making it to 109, which we did not make it there. We made it to 108.5 and had a retracement. But let's see if we push back above the line again and get a 4-hour close. And if we do that, then we could probably get a clean move. Because when you look to the left-hand side, you see that you have two clean engulfing candles. Well, really one, and then it's kind of an engulfing candle as well. So if we do get a close above here on the 4-hour, it should increase the likelihood of making it to 108.5. And then if we break that and break this downward sloping trend line, then I think we can make it to the 109. But like I said before, we have this downward sloping trend line right here on a major level where we've had two touches already, one there and two here. So I would imagine the third one could potentially end up being rejection. This potentially could be that third touch. We'll see. Hopefully not. Maybe we can push through it and retest outside of it and then push up higher. But more than likely, you want to expect some kind of rejection or sideways action before we actually break out. Remember, the more you touch it, the weaker it gets, and we've only touched it twice. So there's probably a good chance that we don't break it unless we get a lot of momentum pushing into that move. If we get a lot of momentum pushing up there, then it's going to increase the likelihood of breaking it. And if we do break about 109 and get a close, it's going to increase the likelihood of making it to the top of this range and to about 110, which would line up with the smaller bull flag. That lines up with this one here. And then we have this other bull flag as well. And that one measures out to a higher target of around 117. And that lines up with our large tops over here from 2021 to the most recent local highs. That kind of lines up all together. And then we have the major bull flag that we are really hoping plays out, because that's what we want to see, of course, which is this one here. And you measure that one out, it takes us to roughly around 150K. So we'll do 117 for the first one. And if we make it to about 117 or so, just to the white line, you're looking at about a 9.5. So we could say 10 if we want for easier numbers. So roughly a 10% move. And then we're going to use MSTR in the most conservative way, which we're going to do a plain 2x move. But of course, when you look at these moves here, it was doing well over 2x on the moves, of course. But when you look at this most recent move here, this one was doing 2x of Bitcoin instead of, what we got over here, which was like a 3.7x move or something crazy like that. So we're going to do the conservative numbers, like I said, and we'll do a simple 2x, which would be a 20% move. So if we got 20% straight from here, we're looking at about $460. And then if we take that to MSTX, talking about, we're just going to do a simple 2x on this one, and then we'll do a 2.5 actually. So 40% would take us to about $51. And then if we do 20 times 2.5, you get 50. And 50 would take you to about 54, 55 bucks on MSTX. So that's kind of what we're looking at for a move to about the top of this white line within the next couple of weeks or so. Obviously, the longer it takes, the higher the white line will be. And then we're hoping to break past that, get a close above it, retest, and then push up higher. And then with our large bull flag, or larger bull flag, take that one, like we said, to 150. A 40% move on Bitcoin, that takes us to around 150, would be an 80% move here on MSTR. And that would also line up with around 160 on MSTX. And that's if we just did a clean 4x move of Bitcoin. If we do 40 times 2, that gives us the 80% move on MSTR. And then if we multiply 80 times 2, of course, we get 160 for that move. But then if MSTX does more than that and it does a 2.5 move, then that's going to give you about a 200% move, which takes you to about that 110 mark. And then we can actually check out this one here too. Let's see, because we could still be in this move here. So always take this into consideration. So we could still be in a move like this where maybe I guess it kind of takes you to the same region actually. Both flags, if you wanted to call it that. I mean, we did have a deviation to the downside, but if we were to continue this move here, it kind of lands you in the same region, even if you line up this smaller bull flag inside of it. So we'll see. And actually, let's take a look here at this large bull flag as well. We measure from here. This bull flag calls the same target actually. So this bull flag calls this move here, and this bull flag calls for the same target, and so does this one. So all three of these recent bull flags, if you will, I mean, this one's kind of invalidated, but just using these flagpoles kind of land you in that region here. So that is kind of interesting. So that's probably going to be a key level that we're going to be looking at for sure. And also, depending on when we land there, we could be hitting that level and maybe rejecting because we're at the midline of the channel. And if you take a look, let me zoom out a little bit, you can see just in these last couple times that we've made it there, it's been a key level. So definitely take that into consideration that we've rejected, and it's been support too. It's actually been a key level this entire time for this whole channel. As you can see, it was acting as support, broke down, resistance, resistance, broke down, resistance, resistance. So I would imagine we're either gonna, of course, it's gonna be resistance or support, but we're gonna make a tough decision when we get there. It's either we're gonna get rejected and cycle's over, or we're gonna break through, retest, and then we're gonna continue probably on a rampage if we break through there, I would imagine, because that's a key level. You can see every time we've broken through here, we've had pretty significant moves. So we don't really break through there without a significant move. And if you look, we have broken through there in 17, and we broke through there practically in 2021 because it was December. It was the end of December or mid-December when we broke through there. So 21, 17, potentially 25, we'll see. If we break through there, then it would kind of repeat, and it would kind of make sense if we do break through and we see it happening every 4 years and a larger move to the upside. That's kind of what I can see happening for Bitcoin, MSTR, and MSTX. On a conservative basis, of course, if we get a very exaggerated move like we saw prior, this thing outperformed drastically, way more than 4x off of Bitcoin's move. I think it did like a 13x move or something like that. So I'm not saying that it's going to happen again. I'm just doing the most conservative basis on this just to get a a feel for it. But if the MNAV starts to kick up higher and goes to 2.2, 2.5, and then MSTX, when it goes up even more than 2x, it'll just add to the multiplier, and then you can get these crazy moves here. That's kind of what I can see happening on a conservative basis, but I would still be open to higher targets as well. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you guys enjoy content like this, share with a friend. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.